You are now watching the Queen Chioma. So hey guys, I'm back with another video. So today's video is turning myself into a baddie. So this video is sponsored by Ashimary Hair, and I wanted to show you guys this wig. I'm so excited. It is a 13x6, 28-inch, 180% density two-tone wig. Yes ma'am. So the packaging with the wig was so well. They used a lot of effort to make sure that the hair came very nicely packaged. So the first step I'm going to be doing is flipping my wig over so that it exposes the lace, and I'm going to be using this hair dye set to be bleaching the knots on the lace area of the frontal. So it comes with a bowl and 3 different types of combs. So I'm going to be using the Clairol BW2 bleaching powder, as well as some 30 volume developer, and last but not least the Collida Colors in blue toning powder so that our hair doesn't look too brassy. So I'm going to be taking all 3 of those ingredients and mixing them in together. You want your consistency to be thick, okay? Just a thick, okay? Make sure it's very thick because you don't want it to droop. You don't want it to bleach your hair. You just want it to bleach the knots on the lace. I may look like I'm going very fast, but you want to slowly and lightly apply this mixture onto the lace and let it sit for 40 to 50 minutes. So when it's all said and done, use the blonde and silver or some form of a purple shampoo to rinse out the entire mixture, and make sure you rinse it thoroughly. When I was doing this wig, I accidentally didn't wash out everything and I had to wash it 2 times, which is very time consuming. So you want to do this so that the knots in your lace are no longer black and they're a brownish color, so that it blends seamlessly onto your forehead or your scalp. So when the wig was all said and done, this is what it looked like. I put it back on my mannequin head and I combed it out. So we're gonna go ahead and do the part. So I used the metal tip of my rat tail comb, parted down the center, and then used the Nairobi foaming wrap mousse to lay everything down. So it already looks pretty decent, but we're gonna go in with our flat iron and we're gonna flat iron this hair because I wanted it to be silky bone straight. So I'm going section by section until the wig was all flat ironed and it looked like this. So it looks pretty cute. I've been using the hair wax stick, which is pretty much a wax that lays down any flyaways. You can use it on your wigs and your natural hair, and I'm going to be using this to help out with the parting and making sure it's defined. And you'd always have to hit it with the hot comb. The hot comb just lays everything down, especially with the hair wax. It's like this perfect combination. So after I did that, this is what the wig looked like. It was all ready to go. So we're going to move on to the installation. So I'm going to be using the wig cap stocking cap method. I use the Got2b glue gel to just put it around my hairline, wait for it to dry, use a blow dryer, and cut around the excess edges. So I use my foundation as well. My wig caps never look the best underneath. I kind of just wing it. I'm not a professional. And then I'm going to be doing my makeup. I was baking my face, so I know I look so crazy, but just a quick makeup. I just did something pretty basic. Foundation, lashes, eyebrows is my favorite thing. And I also put on some highlighter so I can look really glowy in the sun. You always have to draw your moles back on because, you know, you want to make sure your moles is popping too. And then I fill in my eyebrows just to make sure it's nice and defined, and I just love this look. So I've also been using tinted lace spray. This is another holy grail product to make it look so natural. Even after your knots are bleached on your frontal or your closure, this tinted lace spray is definitely going to help it look so much more natural. So then the next part of the application process is actually applying glue or gel. I decided to go for this glue because I wanted to just make sure it was laid down completely. And yeah, so I'm going to be using a popsicle stick, which I also purchased from Amazon, and I'm just going to be putting that down and waiting for it to get clear. Okay, make sure it gets clear. Don't be like me. Make it get clear and tacky, and then you can apply the frontal part of your wig. So I let that sit, let it hold down, let it adhere to the glue, making sure that it looks so natural. Don't forget to cut out your ear tabs. This is an important step too. I do mine slowly, and then make sure you get those edges or right where your sideburns are of your wig. That is the most stubborn part of laying down a wig. It always wants to lift up. Then you take your satin or silk scarf, tie everything down, and then I like to cut 3 slits into my lace area, and I use a tiny scissors to go around the perimeter of the lace area, making sure that it is very close to my hairline. Do you guys see how undetectable and unclockable it looks? I mean, it's looking like Scalpiana. I'm just feeling like Arrogant Tay were Slayed by Jordan. Shout out to them. They are my hair people. The real Erica J got me. I just feel like them right now. I'm like, wow, this is my best install. So next is the baby hairs. You want to take a thin lining layer of that front part of your wig. Very thin. If it seems like it's too thick, it's too thick, okay? Make sure it's very thin. Make sure the baby hairs are also thin. The shorter, the better with baby hairs. You don't want them too long. You don't want them to be adult hairs, senior citizen hairs, okay? Make sure they're thin, and then use the mousse as well as whatever edge control you like to then do your baby hairs or your edges however however you want. I like baby hairs because I have a big forehead. It makes my forehead look way smaller. So this is a very detailed look. As you guys can see, it looks pretty natural. Looks like it's coming straight out of my scalp. And that's always the look that we're going for. But I also use my silk or satin scarf, tie it down. That way when it take it off, it's all laid. Y'all see how laid that looks? Like, it's looking like Scalpiana. And if you guys see any excess makeup, that's because I went back in to just bake my face a little bit more, because sometimes you get a little oily when you're me, okay? I have oily skin. So I'm using that hot comb and I'm just hitting the area where the parting is, where the baby hairs are, just so that the hair can then fall back in front of my face. Now I use my tweezers to define my part a little bit more. I then take some makeup and I put it down my part. And then the last step with the part, this is completely optional, but I see a lot of people do it on YouTube, is using the hair dye spray. So I used one that's all black, use my rat tail comb end, and I just put it down my part just to define it. And it's looking really natural. So the next thing I'm gonna do before I head out is use some perfume, because I wanna smell like a luxury baddie, okay? So DOSSIER is where I got my perfume from. I love this perfume. I smell like $1,000,000. I kid you guys not. The packaging was to die for, and I really loved it. You guys wanna smell really good, okay? I was like, hold on. If somebody smelled me right now, they would definitely just, you know, mess with me, talk to me, come up to me, approach me, just because I smell super duper good. So I got the one that is inspired by Lancome's La Vie est Belle, and it is the Oriental Floral one. I would definitely recommend this one because it has like a light smell, but it also has a smell that's kind of like a sweet candy, kind of luxury, you know, bad bitch smell. So I would definitely go with this one. I will have it down below in the description box. And then here is the final look of everything. Hair slayed, makeup slayed, outfit slayed, looking like $1,000,000. Like, thank you to Ashimary Hair as well as DOSSIER for making me feel like a baddie today, okay? I had to come up and just make sure y'all know we gonna be cute. I really love the overall look. I love the glamour of the hair. I like the two tones in the color. I love the length. I did cut it a little bit so that it has like that more blunt cut at the ends of the hair. I just thought that gave it a better overall look. So do I look like a baddie? Let me know. Let me know down below in the comment section. So I will have everything down in the description box down below. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.